Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to another Cars Diecast review. Today, a very special review because we're celebrating Francesco Toons' birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope you have an awesome day. I will be releasing this a little bit earlier than my usual time because Francesco, he lives in Italy, so of course time is a little bit earlier over there than for us here in the United States, which is the majority of my viewers. So I want to make it convenient for him because it's his birthday. So, Francesco, let me know in the comment section below if you got any gifts, some cars, planes, probably not planes, some money, whatever it is, let me know down below. And you want me to review the variations of Fred. So here you go. I have all 5 of them ready to be reviewed upon your request. And if anyone else would like to make a request of their own, feel free to do so, but you have to watch the video in the description below. It's called How to Suggest and Make Birthday Requests. Just watch it and then you'll be a pro on how to make requests, because even though it seems easy, and it is easy, people still kind of mess it up because they either request something that I've already reviewed, or they request a Cars 3 diecast. And you guys know I can't do those because I review them as they come out because they're all brand new. And so there aren't any that I haven't reviewed from the past. But since I haven't really reviewed all the variations of Fred, this was a very, very valid request. And without any more talk, let's get right into the review, starting with Fred's appearance. So he only appeared in Cars 1. Unfortunately, kind of sad. It would have been awesome to see him in Cars 3 since he's such a cool, kind of iconic character. So it would have been a nice cameo in the 3rd movie along with the King and Chick Hicks and Tex Dinoco, which were other Cars 1 classics, but he did not return. So in Cars 1, he appeared at the beginning, appearing as McQueen's biggest fan within the sponsor tent. Remember that scene when, of course, McQueen's trying to hide? He doesn't really want to be there because he's cocky at that stage in the movie. But then, of course, Fred sees him once the sign falls down, which was a great disguise. And McQueen's like, oh, hey, Fred. And Fred thinks this is such a big deal because McQueen, a celebrity, knows his name. But really, he's just reading from this obnoxiously large license plate name tag. So that was cool. Then he appears toward the end of the movie before the final race, and he meets Mario Andretti, another celebrity, and he does the same thing with the name there on the license plate. And then, of course, he appears in the post-credit scene in Radiator Springs when he got a bumper sticker on all of his sides, just like this here, because those were the ones that McQueen got on his bumper as well. And of course, Fred just puts them on his sides, not even caring about the bumper. So those were Fred's appearances. It made him pretty iconic in the movie. At least for me, I definitely remembered him walking out of the theater back when I was a little 5.5-year-old. As for his releases, he was first released in 2007, then 2008. Big. Now, so 2007 he was big only. In 2008 he was big and small. So for those of you that don't know about this big discrepancy variation, probably one of the biggest variations ever in the history of cars, going from big to small, downsizing a lot. I guess Mattel just thought, we made Fred too big in 2007 and early 2008, which I agree with. And then they made him super, super duper small, which I don't agree with. There has to be like a happy medium. Like if you look in the movie, it's not like this. No, no, no. No way, Jose. And it's not really like this. Although, in my opinion, this is better than this. I think a good size, what am I doing? A good size would be Otis's size right here, who appeared in Cars 2, the Lemon and Radiator Springs that Mather was friends with. And so he's a little bit smaller than the big Fred, but still bigger than the small Fred. And if you'd like to see my review of him, by the way, link will be in the description below. He's one of my favorites, actually, from the second Cars movie. And so, of course, I think this is like the happy medium, where Fred should have been sized, because if you look at this, that looks pretty reasonable. Whereas the others are just like the ends of the spectrum that don't really make any sense. But ever since 2008, they stuck with the smaller size Fred and then released this version right here as a 2008 chase, which I believe was the second chase ever behind Lightning McQueen with bumper stickers. In 2009, Fred, I don't think really ever got released. I don't think so. But in 2010, he was released like this, Fred with fallen bumper as a lenticular chase, which was one of the worst releases ever because, first of all, I always thought like when I initially heard of this release that the bumper would be like removable. It's like an accessory because it's fallen. Like happened in the movie a couple times, 3 times actually. It's like his iconic thing for the bumper to fall off, like the jaw to drop because he's such in awe, but it really just seems to be lowered a little bit, right? So kind of boring, super boring actually. But then you get this release, which came from a 2010, 2009, I guess, 3-pack with Marco, Axel Bender, and Richard Clayton Kensington, who were the security guards with Mario Andretti. And then they just call him Fred, but really this is maybe another Fred with fallen bumper, but without the stickers, because you can see the gap there in between the bumper and the body is the same space between the one that's actually labeled with fallen bumper. So Fred's really, really messed up. Like all of his releases, in my opinion, is just like a big jumble. I don't think Mattel screwed up a character more than this ever again, just because, I don't know, this was bad. I don't mean to like really slam Mattel, but I mean like this was awful with the size and then with this fallen bumper thing, which is just a fallacy because the bumper is still attached and the gap isn't even that big and it's not fallen, alright? So I'm sorry to get all negative, but I mean if you do compare it to this, there is a gap, you know, whereas on the one that's like this one here, these non-lenticular ones, there's no gap. So maybe this was meant to be fallen bumper as well, but they just called it Fred. So sorry for that kind of rant. I'm sure you guys don't even care that much. But I had to go into that since this is the video of Fred. And we got to talk about that stuff. And that's all for like, you know, all the boring stuff. So we'll get into the review here of Big Fred. I like his expression. That's probably the best thing about him because it really is taken directly from the movie. He's got that innocent smile. Of course, you have the Fred license plate there. I cannot read the text above it in white. I think it actually says, I don't know, it's like hello something. It's a long word. But the best thing actually about him, not the expression, is the rust. Because it's texturized. It's not just painted on. You could feel this rust on the roof and on the sides and everything, and it looks very realistic. And how it's, you know, kind of shriveling up along the fenders just looks really, really cool. I like how the side view mirrors are painted on the inside because they don't usually do that with many cars. But with Fred, maybe because they were super big, they did it. But see, with Otis, they did not. So it's a nice thing with Fred for sure. And just soak in this amazing detail on him. It's just really well done. Of course, you have the taillights, exhaust pipe there, and that is pretty much it. Here's the base from 2008, I believe is when I got this guy. Which, by the way, this is the release right here. I don't quite know why they labeled him new because he was already released in 2007, but whatever. Apparently, he was number 44 in this lineup. Then you have Fred right there, the nice image of him. And on the back, a bunch of other cars that you could have gotten in 2008. Some nice classics there on the back. And then here is his most recent release in the 2016 Rust-eze Racing Series. And you have 1 of 12 there. Fred, I believe he was a single in case D for the year. Right. And then here's just some other cars that were in the series as well. Alrighty, so that was it for Big Fred here, which lasted a solid year and a half. And then you got Tiny Fred here, which is the same, basically. But now you have, like, all the things downsized and minimized, of course. I do like that the side view mirrors are still painted, even though they're smaller now. But they just seem actually a little too big, to be honest with you. So everything is, like, the same, just like I said, minimized a little bit. I'd say that the rust detailing is a little lighter. It's not as dark, and there's not as much of it, which kind of stinks. But you know what? you have less surface area to work with, so I guess it makes sense. And just to give you guys an idea of how small he really is, let me just fetch Guido real quick. I mean, just look at this. This is insanely way too small. I mean, Guido could pretty much just lift him up like that, which is extremely unrealistic. So moving on to the next release, you just have the 3 bumper stickers added. One saying Kingman, Arizona. I was there. There was a Walmart there. I think I bought a Diet Coke hauler there. That was random, but I had to say it. Then you have Barstow. And of course, San Bernardino, California. So a part of the song that is played when McQueen is, getting the everything like redone in Radiator Springs, and he's really happy because he's fitting in with the town. And so Fred takes after McQueen's bumper stickers. The weird thing about this one is that the right side view mirror is a little bit closer, and it's like, I don't know, it's bent more. I don't know if it's just mine, but you can see how it's not proportional, whereas before it pretty much was. It's like dog ears, but now this one's a little bit bent backwards. Then you have this here, same stuff. There's one expression for the lenticular eyes, and where's the other one? Come on. I mean, the other one's like that, but you can kind of see the 4 eyes there, which is why I don't like lenticular releases, because they look like aliens. That's right, aliens from Jupiter. There aren't any aliens on Jupiter, are there, though? Sadly not. And there's the gap that makes it fallen, quote unquote. Same bumper stickers, though. Kingman, Arizona. Kingman, Barstow, San Bernardino, and something. I think it's like "and you." I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know the lyrics of that song. And then here's the last Fred that I will be showing today, which is the one that I have chipped, unfortunately, right there. But it kind of blends in with the rust, so I'm cool with it. And his eye expressions are that and that. So at least they're different from this one, which is a good thing for sure. I like this expression a lot because it definitely reminds me of the movie. So there you guys go. The rust detailing is always a little different, by the way. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, especially Francesco's tune. I really hope you enjoyed it because, it's for you. It's your birthday. And let me know in the comment section below, everybody, which variation of Fred is your favorite. Is it Big Fred, which is my personal favorite, or is it one of the small Freds? And then my second favorite would be this one here with the bumper stickers because it's different. And it's not lenticular, and it's not like a fallacy of being fallen, which is just disgusting in my opinion. So we have the whole Rust-eze family right here, ready to go, looking pretty amazing. Actually, I forgot Craig Faster. How dare me to forget Craig, the monster truck, Rusty monster truck. But anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're ready for the 12 days of Christmas tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is when it starts. And if you're watching to the end of the video, you get to know that tomorrow it'll be Primer McQueen of that big Toys R Us 10-pack. So it's going to be pretty awesome. I'll see you guys then. Bye now.